too official. Do the flag, blew the whistle, 3 words, 2 official.
It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant, TP Way the Giant. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and rocking with me, man. Please make sure that you like this video, all right, on this beautiful Victory Friday. If you're new to this channel, also subscribe, man. Major news alert before we get into what we need to get into. Fee-FI-Fo-FUMM tees are officially available for you to purchase. Let's go. Let's go, man. Go ahead and cop yours. The link to the storefront is in the description of this video, and it is also in the bio on my channel. So go ahead and cop you a Fee-FI-Fo-FUMM tee. I know I've been waiting on the opportune time, man, to release them. Last night was the prime example of what it means to have that Fee-FI-Fo-FUMM mentality. So I'm just, building off that, man, and we released the tees. Make sure, as a Giant fan, you go cop one. Now, let's get into it. First of all, happy Victory Friday. Yesterday wasn't just a regular ass win. Yesterday was a type of win, man, that I have been pleading and I've been waiting to see from the New York Football Giants. It was a divisional win. It was a primetime win. And it was a convincing win. It wasn't one of those wins where you could say, oh, the Giants, they just survived, or the Eagles, they just didn't do, or whatever it is. No, it wasn't one of those type of wins. It was belt to ass. Belt to ass. Almost putting 40 up on them boys. Saquon Barkley, you thought shit was sweet. You tried to be cute, releasing your doc the same day that we had our matchup. You tried to embarrass us. You tried to capitalize off of us. And it didn't work out the way you thought it worked out. I haven't heard thank you for Saquon from one Eagle fan. That was a good ass whooping, man. Belt to bare ass. Now, to New York Giant business. I want to first just start by just saying shout out to our QB1, J Money, a.k.a. Jackson Dart. Incredible, man. Incredible. What we are witnessing at this point in time is history. Because when it is all said and done and Jackson Dart retires and he is done with this game, we are going to look back at where it started. And this is the game that Giant fans, we are always going to remember. How it begun. And so when you talk to your kids or your kids' kids, and they may be too young to understand what we witnessed, remember this time, the beginning. Remember Jackson Dart taking New York by a storm. This man has grit. He has the sauce. He has the leadership. This man is everything that the New York Giants need in a quarterback, man. Yeah, none of that soft shit that you see all around the league. This dude don't get hit and get the whining and get the complaining about getting hit too hard. Nah, he gets right back up and continues the ball. I seen some throws from this guy, man, that was absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And not just Jackson Dart, man. I am just ultimately proud of how this New York Giant football team answered. Answered because last game versus the Saints was a shit show. And we could have easily done the same exact thing or done what we historically do. Build bad on top of bad. But no, man, this team answered. And these youngins walked into this moment and they've made it clear that they are trying to change the trajectory of what it has been in the past. And I respect it. I respect it wholeheartedly. Cam Scatterbo, a.k.a. Cam Skedaddle. Phenomenal job, man. Again, he is everything to do with what you love about this game, man. You know, a lot of us, 30 plus Giant fans, we remember a time where football had a certain level of grit. Cam Scatterbo is bringing that back, man, to the league. I mean, he runs the rock like nobody else with a certain level of aggression. You could tell he cares about this shit, man. No cap in his rap. Absolutely love it, man. Cam Scatterbo putting the offense on his back. I want to shout out to the receivers. To the receivers who answered, because I had my doubts. I definitely had my doubts. And I actually went into this game saying that this was the worst receiving core that is in the NFL right now. Boy, I got to shout out Jordan Humphrey, fresh off the practice squad, for his big playability, man, and giving the Eagle corners hell. Just really walking and stepping into the moment. I mean, he is not a rookie. He knows, what it takes. But still, stepping into this moment, I absolutely love. Now, I will say, as far as coaching is concerned, I'm not going to, get too crazy when it comes to criticizing this coaching staff, but it really don't make any sense how little Jordan Humphrey goes from on a practice squad to in the starting rotation and completely skips over Bo Collins and Jalen Hyatt. I would have thought this would have been a move that has been made. If you felt this way about little Jordan Humphrey. Just one of the things about this coaching staff that is a prime example as to why we are in the position that we are in as far as record and what holds us back at times. Just complete, just inability to have common sense. Inability to do the small things. Inability to analyze and put players in the best position to succeed. But I don't want to hone in on that. Wan'Dale Robinson. Everybody has something to say about Wan'Dale. Wan'Dale's too small to play the game. I just want the apologies, and then I can move on. But don't sit there and act like y'all haven't said what you have said about Wan'Dale Robinson. And he has made it clear he has heard the noise. He put it out on Twitter. He has heard the noise. I don't care what size Wan'Dale Robinson is. Pause. But the dude plays like a giant, man. Pause again. Plays like an absolute giant. Jalen Hyatt with two or three receptions, something like that, along those lines. I'm just happy to see my man on the stat line. And to be honest with you, I really wanted us to continue to feed him. I really wanted to see us continue to feed Jalen Hyatt because I think this is exactly what Jalen Hyatt need, man, to get the rock in his hands, to get that feeling back, to tap back into that mode. And I wish we would have just attacked a little bit more, man, with Jalen Hyatt. But look, I'll take it. I'll take it. Just shout out to the production on the offensive side of the ball. Almost put up 40 points. Almost put up 40 on the Eagles' head. There is nothing that they can say to us. Nothing. Defense. Defense. The first name that comes to mind when I think about this New York Giant defense is Brian Spider-Man Burns, man. Absolutely just incredible. He is the perfect depiction of what a defensive end is supposed to be, man. Not just in the passing game, but in the running game as well. A complete defensive end. Phenomenal play is what we are witnessing from Brian Burns. NFL sack leader at the moment in time. Shout out to my man the Juke. The Juke asked me, who do I believe is going to be the sack leader for this team? And I thought about it, and I said, Brian Spider-Man Burns. Because he has a bag like no other. And I think he has reached a point into his career where he is in the middle of being young and having time under his belt. And now this guy is seasoned, man. Now this guy, he is at an elite level, man, that can't be matched. I want to shout out to Coach Shane Bowen because ultimately I think he did put it together. There was times, man, where I was completely just, disappointed in how this secondary looked throughout the game. I mean, blown coverages, guys just wide open. But ultimately, I think we was able to pull it together and just finish the job. Finish the job. I'm sorry. I don't even want to move on from the offense. And please forgive me because I cannot continue to go longer without speaking about this offensive line, man. Matter of fact, Funk Flex Bomb. Funk Flex Bomb for this offensive line, man. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. We can't, as Giant fans, be so spoiled and overlook the offensive line play, especially coming from where we come from. These guys are being consistent, and they are stepping up big time. Big time. So just know and understand, when you credit Cam Scatterbo, when you credit Jackson Dart, and you credit anything that's going on offensively, understand it is because our offensive line is doing their job. John Michael Schmitz went down, and the offensive line continued to give us production. These are the wins right here, man, that as a Giant fan, you were just super proud of, man. But like I always say, it's not about doing it one time. It's not about just this win. It's about what you can do consistently. Consistently. What can you do again and again? I don't care about the schedule and the names that is up here. I don't care about the New York Football Giants having one of the hardest schedules in the league. No, not one of the hardest schedule in the league. I don't care about that because I understand it is not about that. It is about us. It is about how we step. My focus is on how the New York Giants approach the game, how the New York Giants coach the game. That's what I'm focused on. It could be anybody. Anybody can be beat by the New York Football Giants. If that isn't proven, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It is all about how we approach the game, man. So, again, this is not a situation where we're going to get, overly high on things. We're not going to stay on cloud nine, but damn it, we are going to for sure celebrate Victory Friday the right way, because I'm not going to let anybody tell me that this wasn't a good win. I'm not going to let anybody try to soften the blow. Pause. But as Giant fans, feel good about today, basking in the moment, and then tomorrow we move on to the Broncos. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with me again. Happy Victory Friday. New York Giants salute to each and every one of you. Please make sure that you like this video. Also, subscribe to one Giant fan, to another Giant fan. I would just like to leave you with this. Fee-Fi-Fo-FUMM. Peace.
AKA lion, AKA tiger, how we swinging nine, walking through the fire, certified pioneer. Yeah. Keep applying pressure to the foes, going closer than I appear, closer than my dish. Yeah. Keep it where the giant